And of course, we lead with that breaking story. The Premier Soccer League's Board of Governors has ratified the recommendation by the league's executive committee, and that is to cancel Royal AM's membership with immediate effect. Representatives of all 31 professional teams, minus the affected Royal AM, came together at the Sandton Convention Centre in Johannesburg to deliberate the merits of this case.
Royal AM was put under curatorship in December because of its owner Sean Mkhize's 40 million rand debt owed to the South African Revenue Service. And they haven't played a match since late last year. The expulsion of the club will have a significant effect on the Premiership. It means the league will finish with 15 teams, and the results of Royal AM's 11 matches played this season will be declared null and void. Several teams, including local leaders Mamelodi Sundowns, should brace themselves for points deductions. Sundowns are currently leading Orlando Pirates by 12 points, but Pirates have 3 matches in hand. The relegation battle will also be affected in one way or the other, while a decision needs to be made on the promotion playoffs as well. Mkhize attended the Board of Governors meeting. She was seen with football administrator Sinki Mnisi, who has served in various capacities at the club. But she cut a lonely figure when she departed a few hours later, with the meeting still in progress. Pesinka to SABC News, Sandton.
And to help us unpack this matter further is Mandla Tshabalala, sports lawyer, managing director at PM Tshabalala Incorporated. Thank you so much for making time for us on SA Today, Mandla. This is unprecedented. Just 11 games that Royal AM were able to play this season, and now their membership has been cancelled with immediate effect. To just break it down to the layman, what does this mean?
Good afternoon, Polly, and your listeners. Well, this simply means Royal AM does not exist anymore as a professional team, having their membership being cancelled or terminated by the Board of Governors, which is a decision-making body of the league. Well, what it simply means is that the league will finish with only 15 teams. All the games that the Royal AM have played, they're all being nullified. So when you go to the log, maybe I don't know when they're going to update it, where Royal AM appears, there'll be 0-0 all the way, as if they've never played even a single game.
All right. So for the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns, Golden Arrows, TS Galaxy, they of course won their matches against Royal AM. And for the likes of Kaizer Chiefs, SuperSport United, they drew against Royal AM. What then happens to those points that they received from those matches?
Those points will be deducted from the teams, and those points will be expunged. That means they'll not be one. They'll just expunge them. So, for example, not only that, I mean, there's a player who probably scored against, who scored in that game. That goal will not be counted as well. So all the goals, even the points collected, will just disappear.
So now, in terms of this, because we know it is unprecedented to have a team that is expelled mid-season, what does then it mean for the promotion relegation playoffs? Does it mean that now the championship from the NFD will then automatically go through to the PSL? And then just in terms of the playoffs, what is it going to look like? Because now we're ending the season with only 15 teams.
Well, I wouldn't know with those logistics, but what the practice has been, the team that is number 16 from the Betway Premier League will automatically be relegated. The team that came position first with the Foundation League will automatically get promoted. So I'm not so sure, because that becomes an administrative decision that the NEC needs to take and be implemented by the league. So I'm not so sure about those logistics as to how, but we know that there'll be relegation, there'll be promotion, chances are there'll be playoffs again. But as to how the modalities, I wouldn't know.
And, you know, this is also so confusing because we know that the whole matter was surrounded by the SARS issue in terms of Sean Mkhize owing in the region of 40 million rands to the South African Revenue Services. So how will SARS then recover their money if the team is expelled altogether?
Maybe to clarify one thing, maybe to the benefit of your listeners as well. The issue of expulsion of the league is not only around the SARS issue, but there's other factors which led to that. Now, one of the biggest factors was that the team was unable to fulfill its obligations towards probably the league or the players. Now, SARS is a separate issue. SARS has attached the team. The team was under the curatorship. They were trying to sell. It's more like they've attached the team to sell it so that they can recuperate some money. But that on its own is not the sole decision that led to the expulsion or the decision or the recommendation made by the NEC. There's other factors which are more serious than the SARS issue.
And just quickly, in terms of the players, do they then automatically become free agents, the ones who were signed to Royal AM?
Well, if the club ceases to exist, they become automatic free agents. But I'm not so sure whether. Well, I'm certain that they have to approach the DRC. The DRC have to give an order to declare them as free agents, because you can only register with a clearance from the previous team that you have played for. But if the team does not exist, you need an order from the dispute resolution chamber to declare you a free agent, and then you can be registered outside of the window period.
And this is the final one, Mandla. In terms of Sean Mkhize as an owner, is she also banned from now owning a club in the PSL or in the NFD since Royal AM has now been expelled? Or can she come up maybe in the next season and purchase the status of another club?
Let's clear something else as well. When this team was expelled, it was not in the ownership of individuals. It was in the hands of a curator. Now, there's no order against Mkhize whether he's committed any misconduct or what. It was all about the member club, which is the Royal AM, but not individuals attached to the club.
So it means she can purchase a status of another football club should she wish to?
Yeah, if she wishes, then just go through the process of application with the NEC, and if the NEC deems it necessary or fit that she can join a club with the league with the club, well, it's up to the discretion of the NEC. But there is no order against her as an individual or any individual that is associated with the club. It's against them. Remember, the club is a legal person as well. It can be sued. Yeah. It can sue on its own. So there's two different people here, which is the individual and the legal person, which is the club.
Absolutely fascinating conversation with Mandla Tshabalala. Thank you there, the sports lawyer, managing director at PM Tshabalala Incorporated. And of course, we're talking about the breaking story this afternoon, and that is that Royal AM has been expelled from the Premier Soccer League with immediate effect.